Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, with Queer News Tonight sharing over 11,000 stories and 11 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies. This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective. Miss Major Griffin-Gracy, a trans revolutionary, passes at 78. Miss Major Griffin-Gracy, a beloved Black transgender elder, was a tireless and revolutionary figure in the fight for trans liberation for over 5 decades. A veteran of the 1969 Stonewall Uprising, she quickly realized the mainstream LGBTQ+ movement often excluded the most marginalized: Black trans women, sex workers, and those who were incarcerated. The intersectional experience of oppression became the driving force behind her activism. As the former executive director of the Transgender, Gender Variant, and Intersex Justice Project, Ms. Majors provided critical legal and emotional support for her girls in prison. During the height of the AIDS epidemic, she mobilized care for the sick, established one of San Francisco's first mobile needle exchanges. Her later work included founding the House of Gigi, a retreat center dedicated to the healing and leadership development of trans people in the South. Ms. Major's lifelong resilience, humor, and refusal to be erased, encapsulated by her mantra, quote, "I'm still effing here," end quote, cemented her status as a matriarch and towering figure of the movement. She died on October 13th, 2025 in Little Rock, Arkansas, at the age of 78. After a life of powerful activism, Miss Major Griffin-Gracy has earned a blessed rest. Fascinating story about her life, fascinating individual. I loved how some of her initial work really centered around prison work. Yeah. With the Transgender in Prison program that led into this current organization that she became the executive director of. But I think even at a time when people probably were overlooked the whole trans community as a whole, that kind of her tipping hat was, this is a marginalized group of people within a marginalized group of people, these folks who are in prison. And I like how she got, these are my girls, and kind of own them. These are my girls.
Loved it.
And I think there are, lots of fondness and appreciation for her compassion for that part of the marginalized community. Also the needle exchange program. I mean, how needed was that back in the day? And also just her love and her towering witness to justice, compassion, and reconciliation. I don't think she could have been a better example of that. And since her passing, I've seen lots of photos of people that I know who met her somewhere along their journey. Like, well, how fascinating is that? That she was in parades, marching with the transgender community, and just doing all different kinds of things. So there's a lot more to her story. I wish that that we could find out more about her and tell her story even more than what we're going to talk about today. But just a powerful person, and to be from Little Rock, Arkansas, or out of Little Rock, Arkansas, is a witness within itself that I think it speaks to that just because you start off from this place and you may return to this place, you got a lifelong in between there of making up the difference of how you start and where you end, and the impact that you can make, not on just small parts of the community, but really the world. And I think she's an example of that.
There's work to do everywhere. And of course she was at Stonewall, of course she was in San Francisco, but the South and the Midwest and the Southwest and all these other pockets of, they also need, in fact, it's sometimes harder there. The Bible Belt, a lot of times just the cultural differences, the difference in education, it's just different. So yeah, you expect DC, Boston, San Francisco, New York, but it's needed in Little Rock, and I'm glad she's there. and already on the sacred, near the sacred ground of Central High School, there's already a lifetime of justice work and rebellion and oppression confronted. There are 3 HBCUs in Little Rock, and then one nearby, a 4th one nearby, Shorter College and Arkansas Baptist College and Philander Smith College, and then University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, not too far away. And so she's just in the middle of all of that. It was a good place. She added, and she died just not too long after Norman Jones, the first Miss Gay America, first Miss Gay Arkansas, as Norma Christie. And so these 2 Arkansan giants sort of left the world right after one another. But she was, she's sort of this matriarchal figure, and it reminds me of Tiffany Ariagas, who is very much with us, and but just people like that whose, they do all this work, but the love is their motivation. Love is their superpower. They really are this mothering figure, this matriarchal figure to a community. And so, maybe they throw a brick at Stonewall, but also they hug fragile, frail, scared people in their moment of sorrow or whatever. So she had that wonderful balance. We need more mothers in the movement. We need more nanas, and she was one. And it shows the power of that you can resist with love, the power of love itself. And so we're going to miss her. And but a lot of us are getting older. We can step into those shoes if we dare.
What a profound legacy she leaves. When I hear stories like this, I often wonder, how many lives did she save? How many lives, not just impact, but saved? I mean, with the needle exchange, going to visit the girls in prison, just being present to those who were really, really on the margins. She has earned her blessed rest, and I think a lot of us could follow in her footsteps.
Yeah. As I listened to the story, I thought about how we always need someone to blaze a trail, someone to say, we need this to be done. And for a marginalized person to reach out to the marginalized world, wow, that was powerful. And for her to be considered a mother to her girls. I love that word, girls. It's just got some kind of power that shows a personal relationship. And some of the things that she got started now are mainstream, but were brand new and unthought of, especially that needle exchange. There are some places where needle exchanges are still frowned upon. Meanwhile, those needle exchanges are saving lives.
They are.
And to know that there is a genesis and know who started it, people need to pay attention to our history.
I can't remember the name of the show right now, but we just started rewatching it again with Laverne Cox and George Wallace.
I know which one you're talking about.
Clean Slate.
Yes, Clean Slate.
Clean Slate, where
Which needed more.
It needs another series.
Yeah.
But when I think about Laverne Cox and going back to Mobile, Alabama, and also Tiffany's from Mobile, Alabama, I hope that she got a chance to see that kind of a story come almost full circle. Like, you really can make a difference in the South if they're doing a movie about people who are transgender in the South like that. So kudos to her and her work and her legacy, and I know it's going to live on.
And that's today with the Queer God Squad.
Before we go, I want to invite you to check out our Performing Arts series. Sunshine Cathedral Center for the Performing Arts has a great acts lineup for the 2025 through 2026 season. Here is a taste of what's coming up.
On November 7th, we welcome back Miss Coco Peru. If this show is like her other tours de force, there will be storytelling, laughs, singing, and a moral to tie up the evening. Or maybe this one is entirely different. You'll have to come to the show to know for sure. But you already know it's going to be one of the best nights of comedy and drag artistry you will have enjoyed all year.
December 7th brings Matthew Darren's annual Holiday Fantasia, always amazing, and this year it will again be co-hosted by Varla Jean Merman.
And in 2026, there are already some great shows lined up, such as selections from Pearly, a musical based on the play Pearly Victorious by Ozzie Davis on February the 7th. For more information about these shows and others and to secure your tickets, go to sunshinecathedral.org/arts.
Please like and share this episode on your social media and look for Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram.
You can also like our individual pages on Facebook. Remember to visit sunshinecathedral.org frequently. There you will find Bishop Talk, where Bishop Durrell and I interview queer religious leaders, activists, and scholars.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together. Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.